Hi everybody. Doing a wet bike impeller repair here. I looked on YouTube and there's really not much of people repairing these things, mostly because they're fairly inexpensive and easy to find on most models of jet skis, but wet bikes, of course, are pretty much made of unobtainium, so I figured what I'd do is kind of go through what I'm doing. Keep in mind this is a first try for me, so feel free to make comments on what I should have done and not done and oh crap kind of things. But what I'm working with here in terms of the filing stuff is just your standard file. 50 grit emery cloth and 80 grit emery cloth. Now, what I've done is took an oil filter and or an oil filter wrench rather, and putting little hose things in it. So what you can do is place it in there, give it a sturdy work stand that won't mar the surface, because we see what happens when hard things meet the impeller. Now, what I've done is I've got an old truck lug nut here, and I put it on top like that. So what I can do is I can put a C-clamp on it and clamp it to the work surface so it's not moving all around. Now this would work great if I had a C-clamp big enough, but I don't, so that plan kind of went out the window. So what I've done so far, I can show you here, this is what I've got to work with. This thing is not in good shape. But since I really don't have much to lose, and just seeing some pictures of what Scat Track just did for quite a bit of money and not really impressed, so I decided that I'm going to be Mr. Cheapo, as always, and have it a go, as per Dave's suggestion, because I really don't have much to lose. Now, as you can see, I took and filed down most of it. There's some pretty deep divots in it, so unfortunately they're going to have to stay. And I took that, and I took most of the divots and hard edges and stuff like that down. And after I'd done that, it kind of gave it a rough finish, and what I did is I went over it with the coarse grit emery cloth to kind of smooth it out and make it more aerodynamic, aquadynamic. So that's where we're at so far. It also had a little bit of a ridge here, but the wear ring looked good, so I'm not too worried about this outside edge here. I'm just going to leave it be. I'm just going to deburr a little bit and call that good, and just take some of the crap off of here with the 50 grit, and then we're going to come back with the 80 grit once it's all done, and I'm going to put a kind of a nice finish on it. And they say that it doesn't really do much for low horsepower non-racing applications, but I figured it's out, I've got the time, I might as well just do it. Now that's pretty much all I've got for now. You've got a kind of good view of what you got to do. I'm going to try and set this up and kind of go at it on this leading edge here on how I did it, and that'll be next. So I'm going to try and set that up, and a little bit here I'm going to shoot another video. So